my fiancée, Yumei. Her name is Yumei. And I'm kind of training her for like a basic survival course. This is actually the area where I train my students. And I just want to show you guys where the water has reached in the rainy season here, because the level of the water actually came up really fast and really high, and I have never seen it before. Seriously, this is the first time that I see it happening here, and you can actually see the water line on the canopy of these trees around here, which shows how high the water was, which for me down there is about 2 meters. Actually, it would have covered me. And down there, considering the bottom of the creek, I would say it raised about 4 meters high. So this is why you should pay, a lot of attention to the place where you're going to set your camp, because you don't know if it starts raining really heavily, if the water will catch you in a low level, in a low area, and you're gonna have lots of problems. So this is just to show you how high the waters can come up here. All of a sudden, if you have constant rain for a few weeks, well, this is about to happen. Hello guys, today I'm here with my fiancée. Her name is Yumei, and we are practicing a few bushcraft skills. But most importantly, we are here to get her acquainted, to get her used to this kind of environment. Why? Because she's not a person who's used to being in the outdoors, to coming to the outdoors very often. Actually, she only started doing it after we started our relationship. But I can pretty much say that she's been doing a good job. We started camping at campsites, where you have like a toilet, you have a bathroom, you have electricity, and a few facilities and a few comfort items that you don't usually have when you are camping in an actual wild area like where we are now, which is not too wild. Like, you don't have any onces or leopards or any real wild animals like real dangerous snakes or scorpions, spiders, poisonous spiders, that kind of stuff. But just being here for a person who is basically used to a law office, which is what she does, she's a lawyer. It's pretty spooky at first, and last night was actually her first night sleeping in a wild area outside a campsite area, like a traditional camping area where you pay to go with those facilities and those modern items I have mentioned before. So, but she's been doing good, okay? One of the things that I have discussed in some of my previous videos in Portuguese when I was actually discussing the ABC of bushcraft for beginners, in part one, I actually talked about how important it is for people who are beginning in this kind of activity to come to places where they go to practice their bushcraft skills, but to at first to try to focus mainly on the psychological aspect of being there. I mean, you don't have to go to a place and feel like freaking Tarzan and like the king of the jungle, on your first day in the bush. Like then you have to know all the skills and you start, knowing all the plants and all the animals around. In my opinion, what I suggest is just go there, just learn how to be there. You're gonna learn about the fauna and the flora of your area. You're gonna learn how to recognize all the plants and animals and that kind of stuff, but it takes time. You're not gonna be able to accomplish that level of acquaintance with the environment on one camp, on a few camps. It's something that should be developed throughout the time. And this is what we are doing here now. We first began camping, at more controlled areas, like I said before, and now this is our first uh, camp together in a more wild place. So for her, it's a very, wild thing, just being here. And she is little by little, step by step, going further into become more acquainted, more familiar with this kind of environment. And this is actually excellent because hopefully in the future she'll be able to follow Mac and I into the bush for a few days, maybe on a few occasions to just to be with us, and that would be good because I actually miss her when I am here. Sometimes I wish she could be here because we're just camping and it's not nothing dangerous. And if it's a person who can actually feel comfortable in a place like this, there's no reason why she shouldn't come. And I think that the more used she gets to this kind of place, the faster she will start coming with us, and it should definitely improve a lot in her skills, and it's a good thing to do. So that's it, people. Just wanted to let you know what we've been doing here, and I think it's important for you to bring your kids, your wives, your girlfriends, whatever, to go camping with you if they are not people who actually do it, just to get them acquainted, just to get them used to this kind of place environment. And little by little they will be going with you. Of course it is great to come alone to just to have your time alone in the bush. I do that a lot, and I was actually encouraging her to just sit down, sit around for a few minutes alone while I'm nearby, but just that she can like hear the animals, hear the birds, and get used to this place. So this is what this trip is all about, getting familiar with this area, this environment. And are you enjoying this trip, baby? Yeah. She's very shy, people. Actually, this is her first interview in English. She understands English very well. She understands everything that I say. But most of the times when I talk to her in English, she answers me back in Portuguese. So she's fluent in Spanish too. She can speak Spanish and Portuguese, and she understands English perfectly. But when it comes to speaking with me, she's very shy. But so she knows everything I'm talking about here. Yeah, I'm not, So that's it, people. We just wanted to let you know what we've been doing here, what we've been up to here, and I hope you guys appreciate this. Keep an eye open. I have a few more interesting things to show you. This was Juliano Toniolo and Yumei from the bush.